right. Good morning. Morning, guys. AP, I believe that is Farad, but I cannot read the username, unfortunately. Scott, Andrew, Ed, predicted trades. Good morning. Yes, FOMC. It's going to be big. We'll talk a little bit about that today for sure. Siciliano, good morning, my friend. Andrew, what's going on? Yes, Farid, there he is. Thanks for all the support, Farid. Always see you here. Buenos dias, muchacho. What was I going to say? Oh, Rangers.
Yeah.
Anyone watch that game last night? Man, I was up till 12 o'clock watching that damn game. Triple overtime. That sucked. But we looked good. Good morning, good morning. Tomorrow's Cinco de Mayo, huh? I just realized that. Didn't listen to you and failed. Yeah, Savage, I took one trade yesterday and lost $11. And that was my entire day. That was it. I lost $11 yesterday. I noticed basically from the first hour that it was going to be an absolute shit show of a day. It was just, it was terrible. So I just said, you know what? I'm going and doing something else, man. I'm going to enjoy my day, work on some other stuff, get some work done, do something else. Because yesterday I just felt like if I save my money and I come into today or sometime in the future, I will be happy with myself that I did not lose money on a chop fest. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Star Wars Day, that's right. May the 4th be with you. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get started. Do I play golf? Yes, I do. I like to golf. I definitely do. I should have went to the range yesterday. All right. So today, as you guys know, first of all, welcome. Second of all, I want to say one thing before we get started. I am in a intense battle with a scammer on Instagram. So I would really appreciate if everyone, when they're done here, I'll go ahead and put the link to the scammer's account. And I would appreciate if you guys would report this account. There's people that are getting messaged nonstop. Report this account. That is a fake account. That is someone that's scamming you guys. And I actually had someone on Instagram tell me that this was me. They said that I am the person behind this account and that I am scamming people. I'm at a loss for words by that comment. So I would like to tell you that I am not the person behind this account, and this is a scam account. So I just want to clear that up. If you guys ever get a message from me, someone pretending to be me on Instagram, it is not me. Okay? Let's clear that up. So please protect yourself, because there is a lot of crap that goes on Instagram. A lot. And Instagram also declined my request of removing the account. They said that it does not impose on their community guidelines. So that's just another ridiculous thing that I have no words for either. All right. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So today we have FOMC, right? We have the Fed meeting. We have a double rate hike incoming. Almost, I would say that's almost guaranteed, guys. I would say the double rate hike is almost guaranteed. I would not expect anything else. The Fed has recently done what they have indicated. They do not typically surprise. That is what I think we expect, right? I think we expect the 0.5. I think the market is absolutely pricing that in. If you go to the /ZQ, then we know that it is pricing in 0.5, so a double rate hike. Now, I don't know if that is the most important thing today. I think the most important thing will be the how they reduce the balance sheet. Is it going to be extremely quick, or are they going to do it sort of slowly? Are they going to gradually get into it? I think that is what's more important than the rate hike, because the rate hike is pretty much priced in. I don't expect much of a reaction due to the rate hike. I think it is the balance sheet reduction is what will be in focus. So that is something we need to look at. I think that is the most important. So we'll see what happens today, guys. All I can say is, I say this every Fed meeting: protect yourself. Don't take, there's always a second move. There's always a 2 o'clock move, then a 2:30 move, then a 3 o'clock move, right? There's never a, one directional move for the most part on a Fed meeting. So you might get an instant pop at 2 o'clock, and then you might give it all back at 2:30, right? That happens almost every time. So this is a very difficult time to be a trader, as a new trader, if you're not familiar with what's going on, if you're not familiar with the volatility that will be introduced to the market. It is a very difficult time if you are just buying calls because the market's going up at 2 o'clock, right? That is very dangerous, because that can turn around on you in an instant. So just please be careful. That's what I'll say about today at 2 o'clock. Okay. Economic and earnings calendar. Futures, obviously. XLE. The XLE is on fire. And I think it's going to continue, guys. XLE, I've been listening to a lot of, I don't want to say a lot, but I've been listening to podcasts. I always listen to, successful, ex-traders on Wall Street. And they say, or they're thinking, that XLE will be, the strongest sector of the year, which it already is, and I think that probably continues. I sort of agree with them there. I don't think XLE has any reason to slow down for the most part in the coming months, maybe even through the end of the year. I think this is probably where most of the money is going. So the XLE is still on fire. Energy is still on fire. Yesterday was a huge day for energy, and it's up again this morning. /CL, the oil futures are up huge this morning because of some news about the EU. They are in the process, or they're making more strides against banning Russian oil. There's a new set of sanctions this morning, and that is causing the oil prices, the /CL, the crude oil futures, to increase, and that is going to help XLE. So that podcast was from it's from Josh Brown's podcast. They had a trader that traded with shoot, I forgot his name. I'll have to find that. Josh Brown's podcast is like Street and Friends or something like that. You guys probably have it off the top of your head. I've totally drawn a mind blank right now. The Compound and Friends, Josh Brown's. I were talking about it with some ex-Wall Street trader. So, I don't take, I'm not, 100% confident on what someone says online, but it's something that I consider, and if I agree with them, it gives me some insight, and okay, that's what they're seeing too. I sort of agree with that as well. I'm not going to go put all my money on it because Josh Brown and some Wall Street traders said something, but it is interesting, and it's nice to hear, some different opinions, and that is one of their opinions. So, we'll see. And it's definitely showing, right? XLE is just straight on fire, and oil just continues to move higher. So we'll look at that today. AMD earnings beat as well. Nice beat on AMD. Nice guidance on AMD. Very, very nice. and you're seeing the upside. So we'll look at AMD, we'll look at Nvidia, we'll take a look at the chip stocks. They may see some upside today. If we can sort of move intraday before 2 o'clock, there is a very good possibility that this market does absolutely nothing until 2 o'clock, just like it did yesterday in anticipation of the Fed. So if we get absolutely nothing until 2, then it's going to be a very slow morning. Very possible again. Boeing, perfect bounce. So congrats if anyone caught that BA trade we talked about yesterday on the live stream. Very, very nice bounce on BA, and I think there should be more. This was a pretty nice bounce, a very nice support area, very oversold. So I think you probably get a little bit more there. I would keep an eye on BA today. Yeah. If anyone saw my video yesterday, I know it's not as fun and exciting, and it's the lowest viewed video on my channel right now, and probably will continue to be because people don't really care about long-term success. Most people just want to watch, short-term, make money fast. But the Series I savings bonds is an absolutely killer opportunity. Inflation's high. You're getting 9.6% on your money on Series I savings bonds. That's no joke. That's a good place to park money. It really is. Lyft and Uber, ouch. Uber did report right after I sort of wrote this schedule out. Uber did report pretty good earnings. They're up, but Lyft, ugly. Very, very ugly on Lyft. Down $7, so down almost 25%. You're in the bonds, Caster? Nice, man. Smart. Just smart. Very, very smart. So I think it's a fantastic, if you're smart with your money, this is something that people are smart with, right? It's a bond that gives 9.6%. I mean, you can't joke about 9.6%. That's crazy. So upside, Netflix. Do we have some upside on Netflix? Very, very nice. It's there. I want to show it to you guys. I want to give you the idea of what I'm looking at on Netflix. It's obviously not a very hot stock right now, but it is fallen quite a bit. So is there anything there that we can take advantage of? I'll talk about it today. Tesla, we'll look at the levels. UPS, FedEx, some interesting levels there. And then Home Depot continuing to maintain this level that I've been watching. I'll go ahead and pull up the Series I. I'll pull up the website and pin it in the chat if you guys are interested in learning more about it. It's straight from Treasury Direct. This is straight from the U.S. Treasury. It's a government website, so that's where you have to buy them. It's right here, guys. That's the link. I'll pin it. You can check it out. Watch the video yesterday. If you guys have questions, watch the video yesterday. Yeah, 9.6. You're probably right, Hot Potato. It probably is the top, but that locks in for at least 6 months to 12. Actually, I think it locks in to 6 or 12. And then it's not going to like drop to, 1%, right? You're probably going to get 9, 7, 8, like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9% for a pretty decent amount of time. So still, that's more money than you're getting anywhere else on your cash that's sitting doing nothing, right? If you have cash that's doing nothing, this is a pretty nice opportunity. Better than sitting in a savings account, right? If you can lock it up. All right, after that, we'll go over my suggestions. I took out my trades because I took an $11 loss on Tesla yesterday. I'm not going to waste your time. It was an absolutely just nonsense trade. It did nothing. So that's what we got. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's first go over the economic calendar and make sure that everyone is aware. Every single time we have a Fed meeting, someone messages me at 2 o'clock and saying, what's going on? It does not fail. Someone will always ask, what is going on at 2 o'clock? Why did the market move so much? Please, if you are here, listen. You need to know that there is a Fed meeting at 2 o'clock. I think everyone that's here is self-aware that there is a Fed meeting. People that aren't here probably are the people that ask. But today, Wednesday, FOMC, 2 p.m., there's going to be volatility. Fed Chair Jerome Powell, 2:30, right? These are probably going to be this is probably going to cause two different moves. You probably get an initial reactionary move at 2, and then you have some more moves at 2:30, right? So watch 2, watch 2:30, watch those areas, that time frame, and make sure you are aware that there is a FOMC statement releasing about interest rates about our Fed funds rates, and about the balance sheet reduction. So please be aware. We are not dumb. Yeah, I think you're right, Paul. I think the people that are here actually are grinding and working hard. I think it's the people that do not come here that are the ones that ask me what's going on at 2 o'clock. So please be aware of the economic calendar as you approach a trading day. Okay, that's that. Earnings calendar. We can see we got some stuff this morning. Here we go. So this morning we got Moderna, which is good. We'll look at Moderna. We'll look at CVS. We'll look at a few others. We got Marriott. We got after close today. Uber already reported they moved their earnings to the morning. Etsy, Twilio, Skills, which is an old small cap that was exciting at one point, but not any longer. Tomorrow, Shopify, Crocs, Penn, Datadog, Royal Caribbean, Nikola, Wayfair, Square or Block, Fubo, Lucid, Cloudflare, Wish, DoorDash, Virgin Galactic, and then Friday DraftKings. So today, I like Moderna. I'll show you guys some Moderna. It looks pretty good and very nice beat. And the chart looks interesting to me. AMD yesterday strong. Airbnb good earnings, didn't move as much as I would have liked. And then Starbucks another nice beat and another nice move to the upside. So we'll look at a few of these earnings here. And you had Lyft as well. So that's the earnings calendar. Let's go ahead and jump into the futures. All right, guys. So I mean, look at this. Just look at this. Would you look at it? Would you just look at it? Anyone knows Ed Bassmaster? Yeah. So yesterday we talked about in the chat, this is the type of day where you have to buy puts here and buy calls here if you really are interested in trading in chop. I'm not so interested in trading these types of days. I'm not really the type of person that will, just buy puts on the upside and try to take a little bit of a downside move. Not really my type of trade. But you guys, obviously, that could be what you did yesterday. You just sell the rips and buy the dips. That was what happened all day. It's just not a day that I'm not a trader on this type of day, guys. This is not a day for options trading. So that was yesterday, and that was a absolute crap, just terrible. So if we get the same thing today, which we might see the exact same thing today, until 2 o'clock. That is very, very possible to see the exact same chop until the FOMC meeting, which is right here. Right? This is 2 o'clock today. So we could see chop until 2. That's absolutely possible. If we go to the hourly chart, there's a few things that I want to go over that happened yesterday, which are positive for the technical side of things. But also, guys, this really doesn't mean much when you have the Fed coming out today and speaking and reporting news. So what I'll say is that yesterday we did do one good thing, and that is that we held 13,000 as support. That is the one key takeaway from yesterday's trading day. We held a previous resistance as support right here, guys, right? So that is good. That is a key for the tech. That is a plus for the technicals. However, this does not mean anything if the Fed comes out and says something surprising to the downside. That doesn't mean, oh, hey, we're going to hold 13,000 now. By no means is that what I'm trying to say. But you do see that there was some support there at the previous resistance, and it turned into support. That was my main takeaway yesterday, that we were able to see some type of stair-stepping to the upside. You can see it right here. See? All right, very obvious. Previous highs from Monday turned into support on Tuesday. That's bullish. That is a higher high, a higher low, right? But can you trust that into a 2 o'clock Fed meeting? Can you say, oh, I'm buying calls because we held 13,000 and I'm going to hold them through the Fed meeting because I think that the market goes up off the Fed meeting? If you take that type of trade, that is a all or nothing. That is a YOLO trade. There is no basis behind a trade like that. That is not trading. That is, you could say that's gambling, right? You have no idea what the market's going to do off the Fed meeting. You really don't. And if you do, you're just convincing yourself that you think you can read the future. So, you do have that strength. You have that strength that showed up yesterday. So that is a key takeaway that I would like to show you guys today. Next. The next thing that we have to look at, you can trust it. Okay. The next thing that we have to look at is 13,350, right? If we break 13.2, which is the level that we've had a lot of trouble getting over, I think you can get to 13,350. That was the level that we rejected off of last week, right? So we have 13.2 to the upside. I sort of have it at 170, but it really is 2. But where the stock sort of stopped yesterday was around 180, 170. So the NASDAQ sort of topped out around 170, 180, right? Sort of right in that area. So 170, 180, fear of missing calls. Yeah, that's the fear of missing calls. So 170, 180 to the upside, guys, right here. Very big resistance. And then you got 13,350 above, and then you got 13,5, 13,6. So those are your three levels above. Those are your three levels sort of to watch. If we go to the 5-minute chart, we can clearly see the shelf that is above, right? You guys see this little shelf that's sort of above here? We got the 180 high from yesterday. We sort of had that 160, 170 pre-market high, and we basically just rejected the pre-market high. That's all we did, right? Reject and reject. So the NASDAQ just moved the pre-market highs and rejected. So quite easy, guys, right? We need to get above this level, and we need to turn it into support. You need to see this. You see what happened here? If I could mirror image this chart, if I could screenshot this chart, right? If I could do like this. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. If I could do this and put it here, that's actually pretty nice. Look at that. That is what you need to see. That's actually a very nice little example. I'm going to start using this. Look, that is what you need to see. If you want more upside, you need to see this exact mirror image above 13,160, 13.2, right? You need to break out, you need to come back down, and you need to hold it again, right? The exact same thing that happened right here. So that's what you're looking for, right? That's what you're looking for right there. You're looking for the exact same mirror image, push to the upside, support into 13.2, and then you continue to sort of stair step to the upside. That's it, right? That's all you're looking for. That's what you need to see. You need to see those strides be made to try to get more upside. If you move back down and you break 13,000, guys, it's not going to be a pretty sight. And this is all going to come down to the Fed meeting. So I am not going to be able to predict this for you today. This is the day where technical analysis is probably at its worst. When there is a major economic event, technical analysis is at its worst. So please understand that today. Please understand that that is going to be what's going to be working against us today. I just screenshotted it, guys, on Mac. Screenshot, and then just put it up here. Just a little trick. All right. That's the NASDAQ. The ES. The ES. So, what did we do yesterday? Pretty much the exact same thing that the NASDAQ did. And that was that we held a previous resistance into support. Let me go to the 5-minute. I think we'll see it better there. So yeah, right here, guys, we can see that the pre-market highs right there around 4160 from Monday turned into support yesterday, right? So you can see right there, that is exactly what happened. Rejection, we broke through, we pulled back, we turned it into support, and we pushed up again. Now, right, what do you want to see? We want to see the exact same thing. Let's do it again. See? If we go to put this on the chart, we just want to see that exact same thing at the next support level. Right there. You want to see that sort of hold again at this next 4,200, right? So 4,200 is the next level to watch out for. 4,200 is a very big psychological resistance that this market sort of continues to reject. It's these previous lows. It's these previous sort of consolidation lows. And we need to get above 4,200, guys. Just talking about that in the chat yesterday. I said do not trust any of this upside until we see a move over 4,200. So that's what I'm looking for today. A move over 42. And we need to hold 4160. Right? We need to hold 4160. That is a must hold right there. And this is a must breakout. If we trade in this chop fest until 2 o'clock, I would be very cautious of trading inside of this chop fest. So 4160 to the downside, 4200 to the upside. What else did I want to show on the ES? That's really about it. I know a lot of people have sort of been following this this trend, which you can if you'd like. You can sort of see right here. We're trying to break out of this trend. You could follow that as well, but just don't lose sight of the resistance levels, right? Just because we broke out of this downtrend, which we did a little bit, don't lose sight of the resistance that's above. 4,200, 4,250, 4,300. Yeah, I'm tired from the hockey game too. I stayed up all night to watch that thing, and we lost. All right, that's the ES. The Dow. So the Dow's actually doing... The Dow had a good day yesterday, but you can see what it's doing, and it's rejecting these previous lows again, which is right in this area. So what do you have to do here on the Dow? Pretty clear, pretty obvious, right? You need to break above this 33,200. A lot of levels in my head right now. 33,200, right? You can see all this resistance and look at the rejection that came in. So if we go to the 5-minute chart, look at this rejection yesterday. I mean, it's not rocket science. See this? Why did the Dow stop right here? Well, it's because, look at this. The Dow stopped here because it is stair-stepping to the downside as of now. Previous support into resistance. So what do you have to get above? You need to get above this 33.2, right? And you need to start to see some hold, right? You need to see a hold of this 33.2 if you want to see some Dow upside. So watch out for that Dow. That is a big level here. If I go to the 4-hour chart, honestly, to me, it sort of looks like a bear flag. That's really what it's sort of showing me. I could see this as a bear flag. So previous support into resistance, you're sort of bear flagging. If the FOMC is not, what the market likes, I could totally see this, right? That is not out of the question. So you need to break 33.2. You got to get out of this little consolidation and this rejection here at 33.2. If you do not and you reject again, you could see that bear flag breakdown. That is still very, very possible, right? This market is still in a pretty major downtrend, right? The last few days really have not changed much of anything. Okay, Russell. Russell's back above 1900, which is a good thing if you are someone that's trading small caps. I am not. So you can see the Russell sort of holding up at this 19. I really don't have much for you here. As usual, I would just sort of watch this 1930, 1960, and I would see, if we can get more upside on the small caps. .75 is not priced in. 0.5 is. Our current rate is 0.25. If you subtract the ZQ from that, you get 0.79. And how do you get from 0.75, 0.79 from 0.25? It's a double rate hike. 0.5 plus current rate gets you to the Fed funds futures rate. So 0.75 is not priced in, just to let you know. All right. That's the futures. Let's go ahead and jump into the XLE. Let's go ahead and look at the hottest sector right now, and that is absolutely the XLE. Here's the XLE, guys. You can see yesterday was another very big upside move that is very strong. We broke above a pivot level here yesterday, which is pretty important. So if we go to the hourly chart, we can see on the 4-hour, you have this little pivot around $78. and you can see that we were able to break above that. So this is a very strong move on the XLE. But breaking above this resistance, which is also some resistance in this area, this is a pretty big breakout here on the XLE, guys. And I would not expect, or I would not be surprised to see this thing move towards these highs. Yeah, I'll look at the /CL in a second. I would not be surprised to see the XLE push towards the all-time highs here. This is a big breakout above a very big resistance. Really strong yesterday, very strong this morning. And I would absolutely be watching the XLE, guys. Here's /CL. This is oil futures. And you can see we are trying to break this flag today. We'll see if it happens. There's a lot of resistance above. We have some resistance around 108, some resistance around 109. So we do have some resistance up here. But that is a pretty decent looking chart. And with the catalyst today of EU potentially are imposing new sanctions against Russian oil, there could be this could be a day that we get the move. So let's definitely watch /CL. You guys can see it is up pretty sharply this morning, up 3.75%. That is helping XLE. You can see that we're starting to try to get above that downtrend. If I go to XOM, XOM's at all-time highs this morning, which is wild. You have 91.51, which is just a little bit of wick, but if you ignore that wick, you are right there. Right back at all-time highs on XOM. I believe this is all-time highs. Let me double-check that before I look like an idiot. Maybe it is not. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah, I'm wrong about that. Not all-time highs. I take it back. Previous highs, right? Within the last, you know, where is the last time we were at these levels? Right around 2018. So 2018 highs, right? So 2018 highs, we're right around those 2018 highs. The all-time highs look to be around 104, 105, right up in here. So, yeah, XOM strong, definitely. CVX, you can see big push on CVX as well. CVX has some making up to do, which I sort of like CVX more because of that. You can see we got over this little pivot at 164. Does CVX have room back into the 175? I think this one's all-time highs. Let me double check. I believe this one is all-time highs for CVX. Yes, this is all-time highs for CVX. Look at that. That's wild. So does this have more room to all-time highs? It probably does if the XLE stays strong today, guys. Big breakout, pivot breakout right here. You can see. Watch that. Nice move. I would look to see if it can get to the 175 level. So that's what I'd watch, guys. Energy, definitely a strong sector this morning. That's the hot one. Okay, AMD. You guys can see here. Here's AMD's reaction. The expected move was 7.6, which I don't believe as of right now you are getting. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be close, but as of right now, I believe the contracts are going to be IV crushed on the upside. As much as AMD is up and as nice as this move is, I think it is still within the expected move, which was around 7.6 at close yesterday. So, you need to see this thing above like 98, 99 if you want to get your calls to appreciate. I'm not sure you're going to get it. We'll see what happens, but that is a nice move on AMD. They raised guidance, very nice. If I can quickly get this here, a lot of price target increases. Tops $5 billion in revenue for the first time, which is big. Q2 revenue $6.5 billion, which is a big increase versus the expected. They raised their guidance from 30% year over year to 60%. So they doubled their expected guidance. They basically just took the guidance that was expected and doubled it, which is pretty impressive for AMD. So that's good to see. I mean, I'm a happy shareholder at this point. I don't have any options on it, but have continued to buy AMD. If we go to the 4-hour chart, I do want to just I want to limit your excitement for one second, and that is this huge level at 100, guys. Look at this level. Big level there at 100. So please be careful as AMD pushes into 100. Please do not be the person that says, oh, AMD's at 100, I'm going to buy calls now. That is not what you do here. You need to either wait for a breakout and a confirmation of support. You need to look for, maybe you can get into an early entry if you want to play it into 100. But I would not be watching AMD go up another, what is this? I would not watch AMD all morning go up another 4% and then say, oh, I'm tired of watching this go up. I'm going to chase it now. And then you buy right here. And then AMD rejects off 100. Right? So please don't be that person. Please watch out for big levels of supply on the 4 hour on the daily chart. That is a huge level right there. So please watch out. That is going to be a dangerous area to play AMD. It sort of throws a little monkey wrench in the plan because I would love to see this thing rocket, but it needs to get over this 100 first. So that's AMD, and then Nvidia has the exact same chart, right? Nvidia has the exact same chart, and that is Nvidia big level at 210, right? 210 big level on Nvidia, and before 210 you have 200. So I go to the 30-minute. Actually, you know what? Hourly I think shows it better. So here's the hourly on Nvidia. Before you can even get to 210, you got to break 200 right here. All right? I resemble that remark. Hey, I'm here to try to help you, man. I'm here to try to, that's all psychology. That's all psychology and making sure you're aware of key levels on the longer term time frames. That's really what it comes down to. I think that's one of the largest reasons why people lose is because they get tunnel vision. They'll watch something on the 1 minute chart and they'll not be aware of anything besides the 1 minute chart. And then they'll buy something when it's hitting a major resistance on the daily. And then it's not that the market's rigged. It's not that, everything's messed up. It's that you just didn't look at the daily chart and you didn't realize that there was a humongous level at 100. You have to make sure you know that those levels are there, right? So watch out for that 100 on AMD. Watch out for this 210 on Nvidia. Watch out for this 200 on Nvidia as well. Man, I wish I could I really do miss the days where everything's sort of in an uptrend and I don't need to worry about upside resistance. It really does pain me to have to continue to watch out for resistance levels. I don't like doing it. But you know what? It is what it is. This is the game we have to play, guys. If you want to be a trader, we have to adapt to the market conditions, and this is what we currently have to understand. This is a different game than 2021. This is a different game than 2020. In 2020 and 2021, we didn't have to worry about upside resistance. There was none, right? There was no upside resistance. There was only downside support. Where are we buying on the pullback? That's what we had to worry about. Now we're worrying about where is the resistance above and where do I have to be careful of getting completely faked out at, right? Unfortunately, that is the game that we are playing right now, and this is what we have to do to adapt to this market. So in this market, I'm worried about 200 and 210 to the upside, whereas in 2020, during this time in Nvidia, all I was worried about was where the hell am I going to buy my calls because this is almost a guaranteed profit. Right? This is 2020, and now I have to worry about where the upside rejections are. So it is what it is. That's what the market is right now. So let's continue. Boeing, daily chart, and this is a very nice bounce yesterday. Let's go 15 years. Sure, why not? So right here, we can see, guys, look at the bounce that Boeing went ahead and caused, or went ahead and pushed to the upside. Earning text is possible back. Yeah, it was almost like too strong where technicals were just irrelevant back then too, right? So support, you guys can see, we talked about this yesterday on Boeing. Look at what it did. Look at the reaction on Boeing right now. So very nice reaction on Boeing. I wouldn't say it's, ready to break out tremendously, but this is a nice reaction on Boeing. Congrats if anyone caught any of that yesterday. I think you need to see this area break right here around 157. 157 is the next big level that I would watch here on on Boeing. So if I go to the hourly chart, we're going to see this a little bit better. I think if you get above 157, guys, if we can get that push above, I think you go pretty quick, right? Because there is little to no resistance in this area. Because you can see, I mean, look how quickly these candles dropped. So when you see a candle drop that fast, you should expect the same quickness to the upside if you can get into that area. So I would watch Boeing. You know, I don't know if it's quite ready. If you didn't catch this yesterday, then I would be cautious of this level right there, because that could do the exact same thing that it did here, that it did here, and that it did here. So this goes back to being careful. If you're trading Boeing on the 1 minute chart and you have no idea where the levels are above, and you see Boeing run another 2-3% today, and you buy calls at 157, and then the market decides that, hey, this is a big level, I ain't letting this thing through 157, that is when you get hurt. So let's see if we can get through. That would be nice. I would love to see that, and that would probably cause a nice little squeeze here on BA. So definitely watching BA. Lyft, really ugly report on Lyft. They continue to lose money. I mean, look at that. Nice. So what do we got? Stock plunges 25%. The forecast and the rider numbers come up short. Yeah, I mean, it's just not a good time for Lyft. And you guys can see, that there is a pretty nice downside move there. I'm not going to cover this stock with you guys. I'm not a big, trader of these types of stocks. This is just a small cap that, unfortunately, looks like it's under a lot of pressure. So, I mean, maybe there's some more downside, right? Maybe there is some more downside here if you want to try to play like an earnings continuation. But, I mean, just look at this chart for the last, year, guys. It's just, no fun there. Unless you bought a put here and you just rode it all the way down. So, yeah, Lyft, ugly. Maybe there's some more continuation here. Is this all-time lows? Let me answer that question. This is not all-time lows. All-time lows are down at, where are they down at? They're down at 1456. What's this low here? 21. What's this low here? 22. Yeah, this is right where we're at. So we might try to hold right in this area. If we do not hold in this area, which is November of 2020, you guys can see right here, this is November of 2020. If we do not hold this area, which is where we are right now, I know it doesn't look like it, but we are trading right here, then I would look for this down to 14 if you can get that move through that little area. So watch this 22 if you're trading it. I'm not personally, but worth watching. Okay, Uber sort of, it looks like they had a little bit of a better reaction on earnings, but it looks like it's just giving it up. This was the reaction to Lyft's earnings, then this was this morning's earnings, and this is just a total mess. I would not recommend looking at this stock if you are trying to become consistent. It's just a very difficult name to play. The volatility is intense. The liquidity is low. I'd rather see you guys focus on the big tech names than focus on these up and down sort of crappy companies. So we'll see. You are coming back down into this 26. And why did it hold this 26? Because if we go to this area, look at this 26 level, guys. This is a monster level for Uber. If Uber drops below this level, you are most likely dropping pretty quickly here. There's not much below $26. And how can I sort of show you that? I can show you that from the volume profile. So here's the volume profile. And you guys can see that if we drop this shelf around 26, there is really nothing down here to stop this slide. So please be careful below 26. If you see it, maybe there's a short there. Maybe there is some put option opportunity there. But just be cautious of that there. Not good earnings from either of them. All right. Next. Netflix. So Netflix, I don't know if you guys know, but I took I spent $100 on a $400 call for December of 2022. So by the end of this year, it was too cheap not to take. Too cheap. It was $100 for what is that? For almost 8 months of time to spend $100 over 8 months. I'm taking it, and it's basically just a 8-month out lotto play. For $100, that's worth it to me. I'm looking to see, does Netflix do anything here in the near future to get back on track? I can't imagine that Netflix just lays over and dies. I think they're gonna have to do something they're gonna have to do something, because first of all, I'm not going to ignore the fact that I love Netflix. I think a lot of people do. I like the shows they put out. I like the movies they put out. I think people use Netflix a lot. And, I think what scared the investors is that there was the first decline in users for the first time in, I think, the company's history. But that does not mean that Netflix is not making a ton of money, and that does not mean that a drop of 46% is not a little bit of $100 risk. That I would go for, right? So, I know a lot of people hate Netflix right now. I know it's like sort of the problem child of the stock market right now, but this is something that's interesting to me. I don't want to lose sight of the opportunity that could be present here. So, I mean, this is like a penny stock pump and dump. You can see it right here. Look at this. So you're sitting sort of at this 180 level on Netflix. Is there any type of sympathy here? Is there any type of sympathy here on Netflix? Anything? If there's any sympathy, a December 400 call will make a lot of money, buying it at $100. All right, so that's what I'm interested in. I just wanted to share with you guys. Be transparent. I am in a Netflix December 400 call. I know it's very far out of the money. I know it's very far-fetched. But for $100, I think that's better than buying it $100 on an earnings call or something like that. So I am a believer that Netflix will try to do something to improve this. I don't believe that they will lay over and die here. So we'll see. I could be wrong. I could be right. But I am watching Netflix to see if there's anything, sort of on this curl near this 180 level. Is there anything here? So I'm watching it because I know that if you start to get momentum, this could be a very quick move. You guys can see how quickly we dropped there, right? On earnings and then the continuation. So not recommending this to anyone, guys, because it really is just a really ugly stock right now. But I'm just being transparent and I'm sharing with you what I did there. All right. Tesla. Now this one's interesting. And I'll show you why. So if I go to the hourly chart, you guys can see that we don't really have a single level of resistance here anymore. We have a range, which makes it a little bit difficult. The range is sort of right in here. It's between 915 and 930. We continue to sort of creep through it and then turn back around, but every day we make a little bit of a different resistance point. Yesterday, it was around 923. The day prior, it was 930. And then over here was 915. So we're working with a little bit of a range right now on Tesla. And I'm very interested to see what happens on this range, right? If the market is weak today and the market does not like what the Fed does, guys, this is a very nice opportunity on a Tesla rejection. I'm not going to lie, right? Of course, I want to see Tesla go up. I'm a shareholder and I have a decent amount of size in it. But I will say that if the Fed does something the market does not like today, if there is a possibility of the market taking a hit today, Tesla should absolutely fall off this 915 resistance. You can see how much it is rejecting here. We cannot ignore the fact that it has basically quadruple topped at this 915, 930 area. So if Tesla does not have the power to get through here, you have some very nice, sort of space down to 850. This could be a very profitable trade if we can catch this to the downside. I'm not ready to do it because I don't know what the Fed does. The Fed could shoot this thing up. I'm not ready to get in. If I see weakness post-Fed, this is definitely something I am watching. Tesla back to 850. If we start to break through this channel high, then I already talked about this. You probably see this 970 area. I think Tesla's setting up it's definitely setting up an opportunity soon, right? You are definitely seeing an opportunity approaching here. So I would make sure to focus on Tesla. All right. I wanted to show UPS and FedEx because someone talked about it in the previous video, and I want to sort of track this because we talked about how to find confirmation on a potential swing trade, and I want to sort of track this maybe on a daily basis and sort of give insight on. I think this is a good example of like finding your entry on a potential swing trade. So this is UPS, right? And you can see that we have previous resistance turning into support, right? It's very clear. You have a stair-stepping level. Big stair step, big stair step. So you are at this level. Now, I talked about this yesterday. Do you just buy calls here thinking that this is going to bounce? No, you have to wait for some type of confirmation. So we got to dive down a little bit deeper. If we go to the daily chart, what did we get on the daily chart yesterday? We can still see 2 red candles, no confirmation of upside. Lower highs, not lower lows, but lower highs right there, right? So still no confirmation. What would I need to get confirmation of an upside move here? I need to see something at least above these lows and possibly even above if I really want to be, cautious. I would want to see a break. Let me just put the line there. Go to the hourly. If I really want to be cautious on catching this rebound, I would want to see either a break of these lows here, right? Or a break of this low here, around 185 or 182. If I start to see us build off this level, something like this, if I start to see us intraday build off this level, then I can have a little bit more confidence, right? That I can sort of move, that I start to see higher lows, higher highs start to form. Then I can enter my swing trade with the stop under this 177, right? So this is like the beginning stages. I think this is a cool example because this is sort of the beginning stages of a potential bounce. It's potential, but I don't think it's quite ready. But it is something that let's go ahead and just continue to monitor here on the live stream. So UPS, something that I'm definitely watching, and FedEx is at the same exact sort of level. If we go and get more time on FedEx, we can see FedEx is also at a major previous resistance, trying to turn it into support. And if we go to the daily chart, we can see there's a little bit more confirmation here on FedEx. We got a nice green candle yesterday, but we need to see, I think, I would preferably like to see a break over this wick high and then probably a break over this candle low. So if I start to see this build, right? If I start to see it build, then I can, take my swing trade for upside. So just want to share that with you guys. Thought that was interesting. Maybe potential swing trades on the near future if the market can sort of wake up, if we can get out of this downtrend, if we can bounce off these major support levels. All right. And last but not least, from me is Home Depot. This is just reiterating my position. I have a position for June on Home Depot. I have a call option, and I'm looking for Home Depot to bounce off of 292, guys. Let's quickly go over mRNA. I think that's more interesting today. So mRNA had earnings this morning, which were pretty strong. I want to show you one thing, and that is on the 4-hour chart. Here's the 4-hour chart on mRNA. Look at they're basically identical. Look at this. So, no, you don't want to look at it like that. So right here, guys, look at mRNA. So what happened the last time mRNA broke out of this downtrend? We got a nice little multi-day run. So do we get that same thing here today? Do we get a multi-day run back up to around 190? That's what I would look for. So I'm definitely going to watch mRNA today. I want to see if it gets through this downtrend. As of right now, you can see that it is rejecting that downtrend, right? You see this white line right here? That white line is the downtrend. And we can clearly see that it is rejecting right there. So this is an interesting chart. I sort of am intrigued. I like this sort of double flag that I'm seeing. I really have not seen something like this in a long time. And if I can see a break and hold of this downtrend, I would be interested. Right? Look at this. This is the confirmation. Look at this break and hold of downtrend. You see break, hold, bounce off the downtrend. So what do I need to see on mRNA? I need to see a break, a pullback hold, and then I get in sort of on this way back higher, right? So that is exactly what happened here, and I want to see that happen here. So I would watch this. This is interesting. Good earnings. Maybe there's some squeeze happening because it's probably a heavily shorted stock right now. So I would watch out for mRNA over this downtrend, guys. All right, let me pull up the Google Docs for you guys, because I'm sure I have some tickers in there. If you guys could just take 1 second, help me out, press the like button. If you're enjoying the live stream, help me by pressing the like button, subscribing to the channel. Help me get to 45,000 subs. I'm sorry, I have 45,000, 50,000 subs. That would be awesome. If you guys could support in any way by pressing the like, subscribing, that is highly appreciated. All right. So today we got a few: Starbucks, Net, FT&T, Royal Caribbean, UPS, and Twitter. So we already did UPS, so I'm not going to skip that one. Starbucks. So Starbucks, I would watch out for these two levels today. We got to go quick. Starbucks, I'd watch for 82 and 84. Good earnings, positive earnings, good push, but you got to watch this and this, right? This area, this 84 and 82. I think 82 is going to be the tough one. You can see this top right here. Watch this 82. Right there. You got to get through that 82 today. If you see a move over 82, you probably start to wake up a little bit into the 84s. But I want to preface this. This is what Starbucks charts looks like, guys. Right? I know everyone sort of likes that. I know everyone gets excited about these earnings moves, but please just take a second and realize the size of this earnings move versus the last 3 months of this stock market. It's just, oh shoot, that was yesterday. Man, all right. Well, we'll look at Starbucks anyway. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. Yeah, all right. So T, AbbVie, and Nvidia. Thank you, sir. Anyways, Starbucks, good move, right? Nice move, but look at it compared to the last 3 months, right? That you got to just sort of preface that. So watch out for 82, 84. All right, T. Guys, T. I have one stand on T. Here's my opinion on T, on AT&T. Right? You do not buy this stock unless you're just buying it for the dividend. It's not going to make you any money on the shares. It has not for a very long time. I mean, the last time someone made money, the only people that are up on this stock fractionally are buyers in 2002, 2009 at the low, and 85 through 98. So if you bought AT&T between 1986 and 1998, which I'm sure most of you did not, or you bought it at the lows of 2003 or the lows of 2008, if you did not buy it then, you are not making any money on the stock. The only reason people buy this stock is to get the dividend. And I would not trade options on this stock. This is not a stock to trade options on, guys. There's just not. This is not a options trading stock. This is a buy and hold and get the dividends and basically forget about your unrealized gains on the stock because all you care about is dividends. AbbVie. So where are we at on AbbVie? I've been sort of, okay. So we're at the 150. So I don't know if you guys remember our analysis on AbbVie, right? We talked about 3 years old in 86. We talked about the drop under 155. It would go to 150, right? It's not, now it dropped pretty substantially under 150. And we can see that what are we doing right now? We're holding the 100, but what happened yesterday, guys? What happened yesterday? We failed the 150 level. We have to get above the 150 level. No question about it. If we do not get back above this 150 level, which is a very big resistance, then I could see more downside, right? If we cannot get above 150. If we can break 150, then you probably have a good chance of a little gap fill, right? If you can break 150, hold above it, then maybe you get a move back into 155. But if you cannot get above 150, I do not see much upside there. I think that could be a nasty rejection. All right, I already went over Nvidia. I'll go real quick over it, but rewind it if you want to get more in depth. I would watch 200 and 210. Maybe some sympathy off AMD today, but please watch out for the resistance at 200 and 210. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. If you could take 1 second, press the like button for me before you head out, please. Let's get us to like 500 likes. That would be a great little way to end the stream. I appreciate you being here. I hope you did enjoy it. Make sure to go watch my video yesterday. It was a very low watched video, but a very interesting opportunity. If you have money that you can park for a year or more and get 9.6% and take advantage of inflation, this is a very big opportunity. This is a good place to park your money. It's a smart money move. And if you guys like to be smart with your money, I think you should watch my video from yesterday. So just trying to educate you on some opportunities out there. Go watch it when you have some spare time. Thank you guys so much. Press the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Please be careful today at 2 o'clock. Please. Please don't buy calls with your whole account because you know Jerome Powell is going to pump the stock. Please don't buy puts because you think Jerome Powell is going to clap the market. Wait for the move. Play the continuation. If you're a seasoned trader, I would say, I'm not talking to you. You do your thing. If you are a new trader, please be careful around 2 o'clock. It's not a time to be chasing stocks left, right, up, and down. It's going to be a lot of volatility, and there's money to be made, but there's also a lot of money to be lost. So just be cautious. All right, guys. Good luck today. We'll see what happens on Powell. We'll talk about it tomorrow in the live stream. Come hang out tomorrow. Press the like button. Subscribe. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.